Hello guys, it's me, Apollonia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about reincarnation and how it kind of touches the topic of why we're attracted to certain people as well. Um so first of all, why don't we remember when we reincarnate? Well, the universe wants us to have a blank slate. They want us to have a clear perspective. If think about it like this, if you're going into a relationship with somebody, right? And you have all this baggage that you haven't healed, you're going to project that onto them, right? Or you're going to go in with being that character who was cheated on or, you know, was angry, who distrusts everybody. But if you go in with a clean slate, you're adding to the perspective of the universe. The universe itself, source, consciousness, doesn't have all the answers. I know that's scary for people to accept, but if it did, do you think we would have so much chaos on this planet? Okay? There's a reason why we have so many different cultures and ideas and religions and perspectives. We're not meant to ever have harmony on this planet. I really don't believe we are. This comes down to the constant evolution, of the universe. And sometimes we are the butcher who kills the pig, or we are the pig that gets butchered, you know. But we want to see, and I know that sucks. I know it sucks. I see that I was, for those of you who believe in reincarnation, I was royalty in quite a few lives. I was a Middle Eastern princess. I was a Mayan princess. I was a Native American princess. And that's where I really developed all these great gifts and everything. And why I can see spirits and talk to them is because I've done that in those other lives. But if I had come in with that perspective of being royalty, then I had a very opposite life in this life. I had a very abusive mother, um, mother who was in prison many times, who committed terrible child abuse, and just, I mean, like this on my arm here, I'm pretty open about it, but I don't know if you can, maybe I can get a light here. I'll get a light in a little bit. I'll find something, but it's one of the places where she burned me. And it's much smaller now, but I had, and I was so tore up as a kid over all my experiences and why me? Why did this happen to me? But now as I've grown older, I have come to see that specifically in this life, all the times that my brother and I were beaten and just had terrible things that you would only see like in a movie performed on children. I would say I'm pretty close to Teal Swan's story. Not as bad. I'm gonna say like 80% close. Hers is still worse than mine. Oh my gosh, if they would have used me for satanic ritual abuse as a child, I don't think I would be here. I think they knew that, I'm just on a tangent, and she was my idol. They knew that someone like her would be able to handle what she went through, because I think I'm still not at that level. Um Hopefully they don't have that in mind for my next life. It's not funny. Um, but it's pretty bad. And I came to realize this is why so many families, so many generations are dying out. They don't have people that are strong enough to deal with all of the chaos in the world, and specifically from their own family, heal from it, and then go out there and teach that to other people. You have to call a very, very, very strong entity and soul that can go through that shit, that can, you know, go through, especially in your domestication, because whatever happens to you in your domestication is then materialized and manifested on the outside. Let me give you an example. When I was a kid, I was in Target. I wanted this Barbie, and my mom was like, "No, we can't afford it, blah, blah, blah." Can't tell you what that does to your mind already. Just getting that, inbrained as a child, that goes into your subconscious mind. Can't afford it. And then, your vibration starts to change around money already. Um, so then I was like, okay, universe, I'm going to I didn't use that terminology at the time, but I was like, Please, universe, just give me money to buy this Barbie. We walk out, and there's this $20 bill next to our car. And I pick it up. My mother takes it from me. And I was like, no, Mom, I can finally go buy that Barbie. I was 4. And she takes it from me, and she doesn't give it back. She would always take my money. And so I had this thing for a while where I couldn't understand where we're manifesting from our shadows. Another topic. It's really hard to not get into another topic. So I will link once I make that video about shadows and that. But so she took it from me, and then from there on, when I would manifest, something good would come, be taken away. Good would come, be taken away. Good would come, be taken away, because that was the psyche I came to know as a child. Until I went in my subconscious mind and I healed it, did I manifest something different. This is what I'm talking about, why the law of attraction gets so complex and people are like, oh, it doesn't work, look, and it's like, no, you depending on your childhood, your domestication, you're going to be manifesting things left and right that are, if you've ever seen, I'll put a picture of it. Or maybe, yeah. Actually, no. I won't, because that'll take longer to edit. This, I'm sure you've seen this. The glacier, and you have the subconscious mind where it's like 96, 93% that controls most of our actions, and that's only 7% that's conscious, right? So your subconscious is doing most of the manifesting until you heal. Especially if you had a terrible childhood, you're going to be manifesting things left and right that are horrific, or that are not, in true alignment with what you want. The easier your childhood was, the easier it's going to be for you to manifest. And that's why people say, oh, this doesn't work. No, 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 no. Take it from somebody who's been through a lot of shit and who healed it and who has changed the results, okay? So anyway, she took the money, and then I had that vibration. Something good comes, it goes. Something good comes, it goes. And then when I came across Teal Swan, and again, I'm going to make my own completion process, but I came across her completion process, I realized, oh, all I have to do is I have to go in my mind, and I have to go to that exact moment and feel it of when I felt something good come and be taken away. And that was the vision that came to me. So I go in, I've told the story before on here, and I heal it. And then all of a sudden, the next day, I go to Target. I'm 22, 21 at the time. It's 2 years back. And I'm there, and I walk outside of Target. A voice just says, look under that tree. And I was like, that's pretty weird. This is my angel. I look under the tree, and there's a Target gift card, like brand new. And I'm like, I look around, I'm like, interesting. I pick it up, and they're like, check it. The voice says, check it. I go in my car and I check it, and it's it was worth $25. So the universe gave me a little more. Remember, the universe will always give you a little bit more than what you asked for. So close to $20, 25. And it was literally the day after I healed it that manifested. So that's just a sign to me, So why is that important that I bring up on a tangent is that, that way, that you're a clean slate when you come in for reincarnation. But you see, then this leads to fragmentation, and then things like this that, when your consciousness is split bit by bit. I wrote a song on this, which I will publish eventually on here. Then you're going to be manifesting from all those shadow aspects. And then even so, like coming in, being a clean slate, and then you get, messed up. That's what fragmentation is. Until you heal that again, will you rediscover your life purpose? And I see that in this life, that was the whole purpose of my backstory right there. Is that, oh, wow, this family's really messed up. Oh, wow, this family is really dysfunctional. Wow, they really need healing. Why was I putting this? Oh, because I'm such an old soul, and because I can clearly see what's going on. Of course, I was a scapegoat because I saw the dysfunction in the family, called them out on their bullshit. But because I was a scapegoat, because I could see the reality of the situation, So my purpose is to heal this broken family. And that's what I've been doing. And I know that my children are going to be meant to be very special. and do a lot of good in the world one day when I have them. I've had that vision. Um, but they needed somebody like me to heal this family line. They needed somebody like Teal Swan to heal that family line. But if we had both come in with the mentality of being special in our former lives, like I was, a princess, I was royalty, I had many, many, many good lives, many, many good parents. I could see them. And if I had come in with that, I would have been a spoiled brat. I would have been like, well, why is the universe doing this to me? Or I don't deserve this. Or, like I should be being worshipped with like all these gold coins and all these robes and royalty. And, they would have defeated my new perspective. Just like going into a new relationship, you go in with your baggage or what you were hurt from your previous one. You may mess up something wonderful. You may mess up this new fresh perspective and beautiful experience you could have had with this person. So and that's the thing, with reincarnation. And then you have to look at the bigger picture. You always have to look at the bigger picture. So once I've taken a step back, I see the bigger picture. So talk about some of my past lives for the heck of it, now that you know more about reincarnation, and then why a little bit about fragmentation in there and some other things. It's really hard to do these videos and just focus on one topic because it's like a spider web. They're all interconnected. I know Teal does a really great job of, she knows what video she should make beforehand before she makes the next one. I'll get better, I promise you. I'm still developing my third eye, and I mean, I've always been open, but I'm trying to really learn how to control it better, and I'll get to that point. And once I get to that point, these videos are going to be mind-blowing. Okay, anyways, I can talk about some of my past lives for the heck of it. So, I don't even care about being judged. Okay. What is the first one I should go with? Okay, 2,000 years ago, Greece. I was born in Greece. I was a businesswoman. I had a vineyard with grapes and olives. And here's the weird thing. The person I live with now, um, we have a different relationship in this life, but they were my lover in that life. And so there's that one. And then there was another guy that I had met at this bar, and like when I met him, I just felt like I knew him. Like I was just like, I know you. Like, and the moment I found out that I had like had this vision, I was like, Nick, who's Nick? Who's Nick? Who I know. And Nick was one of my suitors in that time. And this other man, Philemon, who was my lover back then. And so that was, I could just feel it. It's weird because you can feel it. I don't know. It's just a familiar feeling. It's that, like that song, I Know You, I Walked With You Once Upon a Dream. It's uncanny. And if they're highly spiritual people, they'll feel it too. Because I've had them come up to me and they'll be like, I know you. Like, I feel like I've met you before. And that, if they're open to, it makes it a lot easier. Second person, I used to hang out at this cafe by Disneyland a few years back. And there was this guy, and we had a special relationship, a special connection. And I had gone to a psychic before that told me that I would meet this person. And when I shook his hand, it was just like electricity through my whole body. And it wasn't until later I put it together. His name was Simon. And I adored him, that we had another life together. That we were husband and wife in Netherlands. Like it was Denmark, sorry. Denmark in like the 1400s. And he had told me that too. And he had those visions as well. and had told me when we first met, I feel like I know you. And he could not stop looking at me. And it wasn't like that, oh, like she's hot or oh, she's a piece of meat kind of look. It was that like, I don't know why you feel like a mystical creature. You feel familiar to me. You know, if you've ever had that feeling with somebody, you feel familiar to me. But it goes beyond like chemistry, like that, those relationships. Okay, like most of the people I've dated, they've all been people that I was with romantically in other lives. And let me tell you, nothing else compares to that. When you've had other lives together and then you have a romantic life in your present life, wow. That's why like I normally can't date anybody that I haven't been with in a previous life. The connection is just not the same. Um Put that on your list of standards. I crack myself up. Anyways, so there's that. And then who else? This person recently at my job, this girl, I realized that I felt that we went back, and she felt it too. She was like, "You feel like an old friend to me." And I was like, "You do too." And I'm like, not romantically, but just like, I know you. Like, it's just easy to talk to you. It's natural. We can talk about anything. It's safe. I don't. And I recently found out that we went back to the Mayan period. Um, and that she was a princess. I was a princess. I had a lot of great lives. Actually, knowing that helped me in this life. Let me tell you, I'll tell you that in a second. Like sometimes I think knowing your past lives is beneficial, but you gotta wait till a certain point. So anyways, this girl, let's just call her Becky. Her name's not Becky. But she felt it too, that she knew me. And it's just a familiar feeling. It just I don't know. And then I connected with her spirit guide, and so did the psychic that I live with, and we found out that we do go back to the Mayan period. We're princesses, and that was that familiar feeling. I can't really describe it to you unless you've been through it. It's uncanny. It's otherworldly. I know, yeah, there's gonna be people who are like, "Woo, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs," but hey, energy can be created or destroyed. And why would we only live one life and not add to the perspective of the universe? How boring would that be to just be chilling in the cosmos for thousands and thousands and thousands, millions, years? Just, you know? So to me, energy can be created or destroyed. And we just keep reincarnating. So, what else is there? Other past lives, I was a Native American princess. I was a shaman. Oh, by the way, here's my shaman crystal, which in my next video, we will be talking about crystals, ladies and gentlemen. And I was a shaman. I was a healer. I lived in the 1800s. I was shot by a priest in that life. That was a very unpleasant memory. See, there's a negative side about reincarnation is like having memories of when and how you died. In Greece, I was bitten by a black widow. Lovely. That was before Christ. That was over 2000 BC. That I actually have seen the vision of that. I know where I would love to go to Greece one day, and I see this tree and I know this tree is still there. Oh, I could bring you the evidence. And there's initials of me and my lover from that time. And then what else have I had? So Netherlands, I talked about that, which, Native American, I was a Middle Eastern princess. I think I mentioned that one already. So there's one I don't feel ready to talk about. That one's really mind-blowing. Maybe way in the future, but I don't feel comfortable sharing that one yet because it's no, that one's too much. I'm what I've shared is enough. One day I will share that one. Anyways, so, and the good with reincarnation is, like, for example, in this life, being in a highly abusive family, um, it's, I always thought, what's wrong with me? Why would the universe do this to me? Was I bad in another life? Blah, 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 blah. But that's not true. I've actually been good in all the lives that I've seen. I've been a healer. I've helped people. I've always been loving. I've never been a killer. I've never been a criminal. And so I see that, oh, I had great lives. I had great parents, and that helped me in this life because I don't have that. I've never met my dad. My mother was in and out in prison, and haven't seen her in a long time. Extremely abusive, extremely just dangerous person. We're completely opposite because I choose to be opposite. I chose to be better. Um, I vowed to myself I would be nothing like that woman. But um what else? So seeing my past lives gave me hope, and let me see the bigger picture of, hey, the universe or source or consciousness or God is not doing this to just mess with you or because you have bad karma or something. It's doing this because they know that you're strong enough and you've been through so much, so much in other lives, and that they can trust you to get through this. They can trust me to heal this family lineage and then produce offspring that will do good in the world. Because if you don't do that, I can't tell you, there are 6 generations in this family line that I reincarnated into of abuse, of gaslighting, of molestation from their own fathers. And the women are just wrecked, just ruined, just projecting hatred, abusing their children, just like, the burn I showed you, just beyond really bad abuse, okay? So I see the bigger picture now. So I hope that helps you guys about reincarnation. I know it was a little bit all over the place. But I could do a video in the future. So yeah, thanks for watching. Toodles.